Welcome back to the channel today with the Flying Scotsman, and we are here to test out the first of the new Tactical Clinic series, and it's the 4141 Mastery Tactic by Sore Loser. We'll leave a link in the description both to the tactic available on the sortitoutsi forums as well as a link to their own YouTube page. We'll get straight into this. We are testing this tactic today with Las Palmas, Manchester City and Newport. So we're here, and the first team we've tested this out with is Manchester City. As we can see in the competition screens, we've won the FA Community Shield, we've won the Carabao Cup, knocked out the 4th round of the FA Cup by Leeds United, we've won the UEFA Super Cup, and we have lost in the Champions League quarter-finals to PSG. But we have won the Premier League, the one that matters, as alongside the Champions League. Take a deeper dive into the Premier League table. We can see we have won 28 games, drawn 6, lost 4, scored 112 goals, only conceded the 38, goal difference of 74. When we look across the team stats, we can see, obviously, because we finished top, we've got the most points per game at 2.37, most goals 112, massively ahead of Aston Villa, surprisingly in second place here, most shots with 738, massively again above Aston Villa. In terms of possession, we're sitting on 56%, so still over half the ball, but 7th in the possession ranking, and fewest conceded, we are 3rd with 38, the 1 goal per game. In terms of the player stats, no surprise, Erling Haaland is the top scorer with 42 goals. Jack Grealish is also down here in joint 6th with 15 goals. Most assists, that goes to Kevin De Bruyne with 16, and fewest goals conceded was Ederson with 28 conceded and 30.94 goals conceded per game for him, which meant he kept 13 clean sheets himself in the league. Looking over now at the data hub, we can see we've scored 2.95 goals per game from an expected 2.59. We've conceded bang on 1 goal per game in the league, just slightly above the expected goals per game, not too bad. Just under 20 shots per game, so we are firing shots on goal here. And if you take a deeper look at the attacking numbers, you can see we've got a pass completion rate of 87%, cross completion rate of 16, just under 20 dribbles per game at 19.21, shots per game, as we said, 19.42. So going forward, we are absolutely blasting this forward. We're committing 13.6 fouls per game, final third passes per game is 41, really good. Possession won 3,700 times. Tackles won 78%, 16 clean sheets. So overall, a very, very good season. Now looking at the player stats, take a look. Across all competitions, Erling Haaland has 74 goals, and then there's a massive drop-off, but still. 19 goals from Jack Grealish, 18 from De Bruyne, 15 from Bernardo Silva, and then a whole host of players in the high single digits, as well as some getting the odd goal here and there. In terms of assists, Kevin De Bruyne, 26 assists for him, Bernardo Silva with 15, Sergio Gomez as well, probably playing in the left back or left wing slot, 13 assists, Kyle Walker with 12 from the back, and even Julian Alvarez with 9 goals and 12 assists himself. We'll take a look at the competitions now. We will run through the entire season and see where we have won our trophies. Absolutely battered Arsenal 5-1 in the Community Shield. In the UEFA Super Cup, we beat Sevilla 3-0, goals from Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz and Erling Haaland. Champions League Group C, we had a group of Real Madrid, Copenhagen and Sparta Prague. We managed to beat Sparta Prague 5-1, Copenhagen 4-2 and 5-1, and we beat Real Madrid 2-1. Drawing our game 2 each with Madrid, and then we lost Sparta Prague 3-2. I'm going to guess, was that the last game? No, it was not. It was one of the first games. Oh well. But we managed to score 20 goals in the 6 games, and then with the 10. So from here, we will take a look, see the round of 16. We put out lanes 7-4 on aggregate before losing out 6-2 to PSG, and PSG are about to play in the final against Milan. In terms of the cups, we can see cup quarter final, we beat Leicester 5-3, and then in the semi-finals, we beat Chelsea 2-0 in the first leg before 4-2 in the second leg, setting up a final against Liverpool, which we won 3-2, goals from Bernardo Silva and 2 from Erling Haaland. In the FA Cup, we can see we absolutely battered Luton 5-0 before then losing 5-2 to Leeds United. A very, very disappointing result there, unfortunately. Overall, a good attacking tactic from Sore Loser for Manchester City, but as he has described, this is a tactic for the underdogs. So we'll look at the 2 underdogs team next and see exactly if it is better for a team not expected to win trophies and win a lot of trophies convincingly. We are now at Newport County. Papa John's Trophy knocked out in the Southern Section second round by Portsmouth, knocked out the second round of the Carabao Cup by Birmingham, and knocked out of the FA Cup by Norwich. However, For the team predicted to finish right down near the bottom in 22nd, odds of 150 to 1, Newport County have managed to finish in 12th place. Taking a look at the full league table, we can see we have managed to win 19 games, draw 10, lose 17, scoring 111 goals in the league. However, we have conceded 96, so maybe not quite as solid as we would like it to be, but we managed to hold on and hold on well. We managed to easily finish well above the relegation zone like we were expected to be in. In terms of the overall stats, we can see obviously not in the points per game, but massively 111 goals scored. Only 11 more than Stockport. Stockport had a really good season as well by the looks of it. A few shots conceded were not here. Most shots, second in terms of the most shots here. Possession up in 5th with 55%. Looking at the data hub, we can see we've scored 2.41 goals per game from expected 2.03. We've conceded 2.09 goals per game from an expected 1.49. So we are conceding more goals than we're expected to, but when we're going as far forward with our midfield players as we can see later on, you'll know why. With an underdog, you will concede goals unfortunately, but you are going to absolutely hammer the goals in up front. Take a look at the player stats now. As you can see in terms of goals, Omar Bogle scored 25, Harry Charlesley with 21, Seb Palmer holding with 18, Will Evans with 12, Aaron Wildig with 12 and Adam Lewis with 10. A very widespread set of goals here. Just numbers, again, a lot of players in the double digits, which is exactly what you'd like to see from a tactic like this, especially when you see the formation later on. Again, so 12th place finish with Newport County, absolutely brilliant for this underdog team, finishing 11 places higher than expected. We'll now go on to our last team and it's over to Spain. And lastly we have Las Palmas, predicted to finish rock bottom of La Liga this season. We have managed to finish in 7th place with this tactic, securing Conference League football for the Canarian side for next season. Knocked out in the 4th round of the Copa del Rey by Espanyol, but we're not that fussed about that. The main story here is we have managed to finish in 7th in the league, winning 15 games, drawing 11 and losing 12. We managed to score 69 goals, which is more goals than Real Sociedad and even more goals than Real Madrid in the league. We have, however, conceded 56, so we have conceded quite a few goals, but we have qualified for Europe. That's the main takeaway from this. If we look at past positions, we can see we're in the fight for European football the whole season. It was right up until match day 34 we finally crept into that last European space again after not being there since game week 15, but we held on and we held on well. Take a look through the fixtures and we'll see how the season unfolded. So it's going to look really patchy, wins here and there, but when we look at the losses, we're not getting blown away by teams that you'd maybe expect. So we lost 2-0 to Atletico Madrid, 2-1 to Betis, narrow losses here to Girona and Granada, a narrow 2-0 loss to Barcelona, 3-2 loss to Real Madrid, but the wins 3-1 in the Copa del Rey against Valencia, 3-1 against Celta Vigo here, 4-2 against Cadiz, and then towards the end of the season a 4-2 win against Valencia and a 2-1 victory against Barcelona towards the end of the season, and a 2-1 win in the final day helps us keep European football. When we take a look at the stats, we're able to see most points, sitting in 7th because we finished 7th, that's just how it is. I don't really understand why this is a factor unless you've got points deducted and then it kind of skews the figures a wee bit. In terms of goals scored, third top scorers was 69, as we saw, absolutely brilliant, more goals than Real Madrid. Most shots, second to Real Madrid in terms of most shots. Fewest conceded, we're not going to be anywhere near there, and same with the most clean sheets kept. Looking at the squad now, we can see the goals are coming from Marc Cardona with 17 goals up front, 3 players on 10 being Molero, Kirian and Vieira. Vieira being pretty sure a Las Palmas regular, came to the Las Palmas youth system and then he left, came back, went to China and he's come back again. Absolute stalwart of this side. In terms of assists, you can see Vieira, the man with 11, Munir, pretty sure ex-Barcelona player. Yep, ex-Barcelona player, out in the wide areas, 4 goals, 9 assists for him this season, and another ex-Barcelona player, Sandro. Again, good season from him, 7 goals and 8 assists. So overall, again, goals spread out really well, assists spread out really well throughout the team. So now the moment you've been waiting for is to see the actual tactic itself. So here we have it. Here is the 4-1-4-1 mastery. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through the team instructions first, and then we'll run through the players. So we're going in a positive mentality. In possession, we're going with the shorter passing. We're passing to space, playing out of defence. We've got low crosses into the box. We're running at defence, focusing play down both the left and the right, and we're playing at a higher tempo. We're going to counter press. We're going to counter, and we're going to roll it out. As you can see here, counter press, they're going to be containing that ball up in the box as much as possible, which is why you'll see the high amount of goals. Winning the ball back up in the final third very easily, able to score a lot of goals from that. We're going to have a higher defensive line, a higher press obviously. We've got much more often in the trigger press, and we're preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. Looking at the players, we have a sweeper keeper on tackle harder on defend, complete wing backs, both with cross less often, shoot less often, and tackle harder. 2 ball playing defenders, both dribble more, both closing down less, both tackling harder. The anchor man, the key to the kind of defensive work, although it does seem to concede a lot of goals, you would concede a lot more goals if you didn't have this anchor here in the midfield. Just set to the standard, no additional player instructions here. You have 2 inside forwards, both on attack, both with sit narrow, both with tackle harder. You've got an attacking midfielder on support on the left hand side there. You've got an attacking midfielder on attack on the right hand side with a poacher up front with tackle harder. As you can see, with the 4 attacking mentalities up in the final third, this will score goals. They're going to be winning the ball back high up the pitch, and with the just sheer number of them there, they will win the ball, they'll create chances for each other, and they will score, which is why you can see such a large mix in terms of assist numbers between the squad and goals scored. So there we have it. That is the 4-1-4-1 Masters from Sore Loser. Again, as I said, I will leave a link in the description to download the tactic. I will also leave a link to Sore Loser's YouTube channel so that you can check him out. He's got plenty of tactics on his own channel if you want to try out a few of these for yourself. And as always, this has been the Flying Scotsman FM. Leave a like, share the content, comment down below, and we will see you next time.